Hello. Today we're going to be talking about Target Corporation. We're Group 4. My name is Sean Kilty.
My name is Taylor Lambden.
My name is Kyle Loesch.
I'm Dylan Smalley.
And I'm Tom Van Kooten.
Throughout today's presentation, we will start off with the history and mission statement, followed by the business and corporate level strategy. Then we'll move on to the external environment, followed by the internal analysis, SWOT analysis, key problems, critical issue, and lastly, make our recommendations.
The history of Target actually begins under a different name, that is Dayton's Department Store, which first opened in 1911. It was founded by George Draper Dayton and is predominantly a dry goods company. By the year 1918, the company had already become so successful that it was capable of starting the Dayton Foundation, which consisted of a $1 million donation geared towards the betterment of society. The Dayton Company had also deemed that 5% of its pre-tax profits would be given back to the community each year. By the time the 1960s had come around, the Dayton Company was quickly growing and was searching for a new identity, and the company opened the very first Target. A few years after it was created, Target had become the #1 source of revenue for the Dayton-Hudson Corporation. It wasn't until the year 2000 that the company had changed its name to Target Corporation in an effort to better reflect the core business ideology of the entity. By 2001, Target had 1,000 stores and was present in 47 states. In 2011, Target had purchased 124 Zellers department stores in Canada and began to look into opportunities outside of the U.S. However, by January 2015, Target had announced that it was going to remove its presence from Canada and began liquidating all of its foreign storefronts. In 2013, Target had become the victim of a massive data breach in which criminals were able to access credit and debit card information of their customers. Target's mission statement reads, "We fulfill the needs and fuel the potential of our guests." That means making Target your preferred shopping destination in all channels by delivering outstanding value, continuous innovation, and exceptional experiences, consistently fulfilling our expect more, pay less brand promise. Target's mission statement accurately portrays how the company presents itself. Target Corporation is in the department store business, and with that intention, they are focused on creating the best possible experience paired with the highest quality items in order to make their ample locations a preferred shopping location. The business level strategy of Target is integrated cost leadership and differentiation. It focuses on utilizing an excellent product that is affordable for customers. Target has a variety of private label options that allow positive differentiation from its competitors. Unique brands such as Room Essentials, Sutton & Dodge, and Market Pantry are able to attract customers' attention to the store and create a stronger brand image for Target. Target also offers shopping incentives for customers that help lower their prices. The company has its own credit card, coupon app, and points program that cut costs for shoppers. The corporate level strategy for Target is single business strategy. 100% of the revenues for Target are a result of its department store location. This focused strategy creates low levels of diversification for the company.
This part of the presentation, we will now transfer to the external analysis, and the analysis will be conducted on the department store industry. In the general environment, there are 7 key areas that broadly influence the industry. They are as followed: the technological, demographic, global, physical, political and legal, sociocultural, and economic. To begin the general environment, we will look at the economic environment. In the economic environment, there are indicators such as GDP, CPI, interest rates, and unemployment. After the 2008 depression, there has been increases in GDP, CPI, and decrease in unemployment. These are all favorable economic trends for the department store industry because this increases the discretionary income for consumers. Next, in the global environment, the department store industry is U.S. dominant with few global competitors. The importation of goods is important for supply chain management and logistics. Also, countries in recession such as Greece and Italy may have problems when shipping abroad due to a high risk of default or not having enough funds to properly manufacture a product, resulting in a product liability lawsuit and having to pay settlement costs. This will overall reduce the profit of the firm. Next, in the demographic environment, the population over the last 10 years has been above the replenishment rate. This overall results in a greater population and a larger customer base for the department store industry. As far as household income is concerned, over the last 10 years there has been an overall increase by all races. When looking at specific races, such as the Asian race, they are the highest ranking compared to other races. From this, we might imply that the wealthier class typically splurge in their shopping habits, known as impulse buying. Now, onto the sociocultural environment. One of the biggest trends is of fashion and marketing campaigns. It has become socially acceptable to have higher standards of quality and brand name fashion. There is also trends as far as holiday and seasonal sales throughout the Black Friday shopping season. This overall attracts more customers. Lastly, for the sociocultural environment, that we'll focus on cultural diversity. Rand Corporation found that cultural diversity in the workforce yields a better work environment and attracts more diverse shoppers. Now onto the technological environment. There has been an increase in online shopping for convenience-related purposes. This is overall a threat to the department store industry of the traditional brick and mortar stores. The invention of POS and RFID helps improve overall efficiency in inventory management and a greater control over the supply chain. These advancements also bring out the risk of cyber breach, which is a threat to the industry. In the physical environment, the current focus is on corporate social responsibility, CSR. Industry experts found that 78% of the employees would rather work for an ethical and reputable company than receive a higher salary. In addition to this, the current focus is also on the green movement. This movement is focused on decreasing the amount of waste and raising recycling awareness. Lastly, for the political and legal environment, there are several acts, as you can see here on the screen, that focus on the prohibiting and formation of monopolies and ban price discrimination. Also, there is the Fair Labor Standards Act, which is focused on increasing the minimum wage, which result in increasing operating costs for companies. This would overall reduce operating profit.
Now we will look at the industry environment, particularly the Porter's 5 forces for the department store industry. The threat of new entrants is low. There are several barriers to entry that make it difficult for new competitors to succeed. These barriers include the large amount of initial capital that must be put into the firm to build it from the ground up, government regulations, the decreasing number of independent retailers in a market dominated by large firms, and the strong sense of loyalty to the incumbents. The low threat of new entrants is an opportunity to the industry. Since a few key players dominate the industry, those department stores will continue to thrive and should focus on competing with existing firms. The bargaining power of suppliers is low. Suppliers for the department store industry are large manufacturers of everyday household products. There are a few large suppliers and several smaller suppliers that offer products to department stores. These suppliers rely heavily on the mass orders from the department stores that they work with and cannot afford to lose their business. The low bargaining power of suppliers is an opportunity to the industry. Suppliers would greatly suffer if large firms were to take their business elsewhere. As a result, they must offer discounts to these firms in order to maintain the relationship and prevent them from seeking a business with another supplier. The bargaining power of buyers is high. Since department stores offer a wide variety of products to consumers, nearly anyone can be a buyer within the industry. Since department stores sell similar products at comparable prices, consumers can easily go between competitors to purchase the items that they need. As a result, factors such as location proximity, loyalty programs, and store atmosphere can play a key role in where buyers take their business. The high bargaining power of buyers is a threat to the industry. Since the buyers have control over where they shop and how they spend their money, it can be difficult for the industry to know and predict how it will do monthly, quarterly, and annually. The threat of substitute products is high. As mentioned previously, department stores offer similar products at comparable prices. These products are available at a variety of firms that offer different levels of quality at different prices, making it easy for customers to switch between firms. The high threat of substitute products is a threat for the industry. As firms begin to duplicate original products, the quality of the duplicates significantly declines. This not only lowers the average quality of the industry products, but also has the potential to start price wars between firms due to the lower prices associated with the lower quality products. The rivalry among existing firms is high. These firms must compete with each other on a daily basis to maintain customer loyalty and a positive profit margin. Since firms within this industry offer similar products and services, it becomes difficult to stand out among competitors. Firms must find a way to distinguish themselves among the competition through brand recognition, perceived atmosphere and quality, and service. As a result, firms must focus more time, energy, and money into appropriate marketing techniques, appropriate training, and loyalty programs. The high rivalry among existing firms is a threat for the industry. The intense rivalry among competitors can threaten the industry by causing price wars that lower the profitability for the industry and the firms involved. This high rivalry could also lead to more focus being spent on outperforming the competition rather than providing for and satisfying the customer, which should be the firm's #1 priority. Overall, even though only 2 of the 5 forces are attractive characteristics for the department store industry, the industry is highly attractive for the existing firms that are already in the market. In this case, the 2 positives outweigh the 3 negatives.
The internal analysis section of this presentation begins with a thorough financial analysis of Target. For the financial analysis of Target, we attempted to focus on important financial measures for the department store industry. After consideration, we decided that the most important financial measures in the department store industry were revenue, profit margin, cost of revenue, cash conversion cycle, and debt to equity as our leverage ratio. It made more sense to compare the performance of these companies by revenue growth rather than revenue dollars alone. Walmart dominated the total revenue figures for the industry by nearly $400 billion more than the next closest competitor on average. This is why the comparison of revenue dollars is somewhat biased towards Walmart. The industry averages used in the financial analysis of this presentation consisted of averages computed from the totals of the top competitors in the department store industry. These firms including Walmart, Target, Macy's, Sears Holdings, JCPenney, and Nordstrom. When revenue growth is taken into consideration, the average for the top competitors in the industry became negative 0.06% growth per year. This negative growth percentage can most likely be attributed to consistent and large losses in revenue from Sears Holdings and JCPenney, a declining industry in an economy that has been slowly recovering from the most recent financial crisis. And for this time period, Target's revenue growth rate was 1.91%. Their revenue in dollars was also second highest among industry competitors. They've done well increasing their revenue year over year besides a slight decrease between years 2013 and 2014. Net income is a percentage of revenue, or net profit margin defines the percent of revenue that is left over after all operating expenses, taxes, interest, and preferred stock dividends have been paid out. For the years between 2011 and 2015, the department store industry average net income or profit margin percentage was 0.97%. Target's average net income or profit margin percentage for the same period of time was 2.62%. So they're beating the industry average and doing well in that regard. However, Target's net profit margin has been decreasing since 2011 and has fallen dramatically since 2013. The most pronounced decrease in net income between 2013 and 2014 can be largely attributed to the credit card information breach and the Canadian expansion failure. Target recorded significant losses on the incident and failed investment. Overall, Target has shown a mediocre financial performance, with improvements in some areas and deteriorations in other areas. Target has shown pros of increased sales year over year with the exception of the year between 2013 and 2014, improved cash management efficiency shown in a reduced cash conversion cycle, or the theoretical amount of time between a company spending cash and receiving cash for each sale, output, or unit of operation. This cash conversion cycle of Target's has dropped from 41.95 days in 2011 to 10.16 days in 2015. Target has also successfully managed to reduce financial risk by aggressively paying off their debts when they can afford to do so, which has decreased the weight of debt financing and increased the weight of equity financing. Target has also exhibited cons of reduced profitability reflected in decreases in profit margin year over year and significant decreases between 2013 and 2015. Target also experienced rising costs of revenue as a percentage of revenue between 2011 and 2015. The industry average for cost of revenue as a percentage of revenue for the department store industry for these 5 years was 67.93%, while Target's average cost of revenue as a percentage of revenue was 69.79%.
The next step in the internal analysis of Target is the value chain. While Target's value chain is extensive, we will be focusing on two of the important aspects as they relate to the key problem areas of the company, as shown in the next slides. First, we will begin with a more in-depth analysis of Target's infrastructure. Target's chief officers are what give them an advantage over their competitors. Since August 2014, Brian Cornell has been the chief executive officer of Target. He has years of experience being the CEO of companies such as Michaels, Sam's Club, and Pepsi. He has also worked for Walmart, the Home Depot, OfficeMax, and several more companies. With his vast knowledge of companies surrounding Target, he is able to offer insight that not many people may be able to offer. Jeffrey J. Jones II is also someone who helps Target excel over the competition. He is Target's current chief marketing officer, and he also has years of experience as being the CMO for The Gap. This gives him years of experience marketing clothing, which is about 19% of Target sales. Also, Mr. Jones has been awarded many CMO awards, such as Mass Marketing Retailer's 2015 CMO of the Year, as well as the Wall Street Journal's Top 5 CMO to Watch in 2015. These awards show that he is a vital part of Target's infrastructure. Finally, Cassie R. Smith is the Chief Financial Officer for Target. She has been the CFO of companies such as Express Scripts, GameStop, and Walmart International. Cassie Sims is going to be a vital part of Target's infrastructure when it comes to one of Target's key problem areas, international expansion. Her time with Walmart International will extremely help Target in this area. Next, we will take a deeper look into Target's marketing and sales. One of Target's key components is their customer loyalty program. Target has an exclusive mobile coupon app called Cartwheel. This allows customers to save a percentage off all products that are available on the app. Next, Target has a credit or debit card called the Target Red Card. This allows guests to save 5% on every purchase they make at Target or Target.com. It also allows them to get free shipping from Target.com. Finally, Red Perks is a Target reward program that for every $1 you spend, you get 10 points that can go towards a reward of your choice. This is currently still in testing in select markets and has no timetable for release.
For the SWOT analysis, we focused on the strengths and weaknesses of Target and how they relate to the opportunities and threats of the department store industry. Target's strengths are the classy atmosphere, superior customer service, one-stop shopping convenience, and unique marketing. All of these distinctive competencies combined are valuable, rare, imitable, and non-substitutable, forming the, quote, Target experience, which ultimately creates a competitive advantage. Target's weaknesses are its overall lack of locations in growing cities and the high out-of-stock rate at the current location. Target compensates their revenues by charging a higher price than some other competitors, which is not appealing to overall consumers. Some opportunities in the department store industry include companies expanding their stores internationally, companies renovating their stores or focusing on high performance of the stores in a wealthier class neighborhoods. The threats to the industry include strong competition due to price-based competition. Also, this is a declining industry due to companies transferring the department store industry to supercenters.
Now, we will focus on the key problem areas for Target. One of Target's key problem areas is international expansion. Target announced that in 2011 that they were going to enter the international market by entering Canada. They purchased the leases of 124 stores from the Zellers Company for $1.8 billion. When Target opened their doors in Canada in 2013, there were many problems that were apparent right away. To begin, Target's supply chain was not able to meet the expectation that it required to keep items on the shelf. Also, a price war between Target and Walmart began. Walmart was able to lower their prices and still retain a profit, while Target was not able to. In 2015, Target announced that they were going to be leaving Canada, stating that Target Canada would not be able to be profitable until at least 2021. Target recorded a $5.4 billion pre-tax loss.
The second key problem experienced by Target was a credit card information breach, which began 2 days before Black Friday in 2013, when remote hackers began to steal personal information from customers who used credit and debit cards at Target. The information was stolen from some 40,000 credit card machines at Target locations across the United States. Over a period of 3 weeks, personal information was stolen from around 40 million customers of Target. The aftermath of this breach was devastating for Target, as profits fell 50% in the fourth quarter of 2013. The effects of the breach were felt by Target in the following years, ultimately losing $252 million because of the breach as of 2015. Target's CEO stepped down as a result of this breach and other unfavorable factors of Target's performance. Target then hired a new CEO and a new CIO named Bob DeRose, who brought ideas for advanced credit card security with him. Some of these enhancements included MasterCard chip readers for Target credit card holders or red card holders.
In addition to the key problem areas that were just discussed, Target has a critical issue that needs to be addressed: its direct competition with Walmart. According to the Business Insider's rankings, Walmart and Target are respectively the first and second ranked most powerful companies in America. Together, these companies compete to be the best one-stop shop for the consumer. Walmart opts to be the low-cost leader, while Target creates an atmosphere that makes shopping more enjoyable while accompanying budget restraints. There is a constant battle between the two, and there are a few signs that show this competition slowing down. Target and Walmart compete with each other on a daily basis, as they are the only two companies within this industry that offer everyday items and groceries to consumers. As a result, consumers are forced to decide if they want to go to Walmart or Target to purchase their groceries. While consumers shop for these groceries, they are also more likely to purchase daily household items that are available at each store, pulling in more revenue for the store that is chosen. There are additional factors that play into consumers' choice in which company they shop at. The first factor is Walmart's cost leadership strategy. As a result of this business-level strategy, Walmart is able to offer consumers low prices that Target cannot match. Another advantage that Walmart has over Target is their size, which also plays a role in their low prices due to their relationships with suppliers. Since Walmart is the industry's largest company, it offers more convenience to consumers as it has more physical locations. In 2014, Walmart had revenue of $485.62 billion and 4,588 stores in the U.S., while Target had a revenue of $72.61 billion and 1,799 stores in the U.S. Consumers are more likely to shop at a store that is nearby in order to save them time and, in Walmart's case, money. A third contributing factor is the amount of money Walmart spends on advertising compared to Target. In 2014, Walmart spent $2.4 billion on advertising, while Target spent $1.6 billion. Advertising plays a significant role in attracting consumers to retail firms, as they are made aware of potential savings and the brand is kept fresh in their mind. All of these factors contribute to Walmart having a sizable advantage over Target, making this direct competition Target's most critical issue. Although Target currently doesn't generate as much income or profits as Walmart, there are several ways that this gap can be reduced.
Our best recommendation is for Target to put more effort into current customer rewards programs by encouraging customers to sign up for Target Red Card. They are able to allow customers to enjoy savings as well as receive their information in order to better cater to their wants. Target's Cartwheel app also allows customers to browse selection and find the greatest savings. It is a way for the shopper to constantly monitor coupon offerings and return to Target when a discount catches their attention. The last program that Target is currently testing is Red Perks. It allows customers to earn points for future use. If Target would allocate more research and development into the promotion, implementation, and integration of these apps, we would be able to create more savings for customers. This will allow Target to maintain more shoppers while creating a buzz for new shoppers to come try out reward programs that can help save them money. The second recommendation is for Target to build more locations within the U.S. Target's nearly 1,800 locations are more than doubled by Walmart's 4,500 locations within the U.S. The addition of locations would allow Target to create more buildings that are similar to the company's recent direction, which is to include more grocery sections in their new storefronts. This would help increase Target's economy of scale and help drive down price while also increasing the brand awareness and availability of locations for customers. The final recommendation for Target is to capitalize on Target Australia. Target Australia is a private company that uses the same logo as Target Corporation and a motto of get more, pay less. Target Australia also sells comparable items such as clothing, linens, and appliances. And although these companies seem so similar, they're not at all related. Target Australia has over 300 locations across Australia and could be a great chance for Target Corporation to create a strategic alliance in order to become acclimated to an international environment that clearly has a customer base for department stores.
Thank you for watching. Congrats, class of 2016.